We started with 32, which became 37. Sorry about that. Which became 16, and now left with 3. One team looking to create a lasting legacy. One team looking to create history. One team looking to continue their absolute dominance. Today is the day where we determine who manages to achieve their goal. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Grand Finals weekend of the Mania 7K World Cup 2023. I am Surf285, one of your commentators, and alongside with me in the booth is Cryolian.
Hello. Can't wait to finally see the penultimate match. Malaysia taking on South Korea. Both of these teams, they have seen each other for I believe it was almost every MWC from start until right now. They are still gonna face each other. And what's more, this is a battle for... They're already in the podium. It's just to see who walks out of here with third place and who goes on to face probably the new powerhouse of 7K in general, the Philippines.
Well, indeed. Again, since we're in the Grand Finals weekend, yes, as I mentioned during the intro, which I kind of messed up, even with the script. Yeah, there are only 3 teams left, and essentially we're just awaiting on which order these 3 teams will be appearing. So let's talk about what happened to these teams. Malaysia going into this weekend, basically surviving last weekend, defeating Japan in that very, very crucial match, and China as well. And South Korea coming off from last weekend, which relegated from the winners bracket by one of the most shocking results of this World Cup. Indeed, a defeat. They got defeated by the Philippines, which are awaiting the winner of these 2 teams in this matchup.
Yeah, every MWC is the skill level of all the players has just been increasing. The map pools have been getting more and more difficult, and now we are probably going to see one of probably a rather close battle, I would hope, coming up from South Korea and Malaysia. We already see roles have been done, bans have already been called. We are going to see Long Note 2 and Rise 4 fighting the bullets. We're not going to see them for this match, and Malaysia will get the first pick. I assume for Malaysia, they are going to be fielding Chiwi 10 and Neok J for majority of the match. I would assume so, because South Korea is historically one of the best teams in the world. So Malaysia definitely, they have to put up their best as well.
Yeah, and you just have to mention that South Korea does have a very deep roster themselves. Malaysia will have quite a mountain to climb, but they have to start with something, and they will be picking LN4 as the very first map in this Grand Finals weekend.
Yeah, ultimate weapon. I would assume this is one of the mixed long note pick, where we will just be seeing every kind of long note patterns imaginable crammed into 2.5 minutes of just pure hell.
Yeah, and it's already considering who shorted this as well. It's Ruka and Remoring. It cannot get more brutal than this.
Alright, so with the match about to start, Neo and Chiwi once again, as expected for Malaysia, going to be taking on Reserve and YZ, the 2 highest ranked players in the tournament, rank 1 and rank 4 respectively, if I'm not mistaken, if there hasn't been any changes the last I saw. But yeah, it is going to be those 2.
Well, anyways, now an interesting dynamic here, especially for weekends where there are conditional matches. This is that one match that you kind of have to give it all, but try not to reveal everything, especially that there is still one more opponent waiting for them this weekend. But we're not going to think about that just for now, as we start the first map of this entire Grand Finals weekend, and starting off Malaysia with the early lead in this pick, which is kind of expected. YZ with 2 early drops.
Yeah, YZ already taking early breaks, and now Chiwi, the highest accuracy in all these, shoots themselves down into the 99.4 range. Still going to be the highest, but there is a miss coming out from him, while Reserve has also actually been finding a couple of breaks here. Neo, the only one holding that full combo, still going through. We're not...
Not anymore, unfortunately, but
almost.
Still, it's a pretty good, it's a pretty sizable lead considering the length of this map. And here we go, just a short break section really. Neo unfortunately finding 2 consecutive drops, so that should give South Korea some hope in snatching that lead, but there's still quite a lot. There's still quite a lot of places to commit mistakes on, and you don't want to do that. And here we go with some more of these Cordy, Shieldy LN transitions. And YZ finding yet another drop. Kiwi, the only sizable combo pretty much. Neo holding on very well.
Dress up as well. Both of the Korean players aren't really able to adapt to this LN4 rather early on. We're already halfway through, and Malaysia has amassed about a 10,000 point lead, with Kiwi still holding that massive combo. It's about to approach 3,000, while everyone else is still having a little bit of trouble trying to amass some sort of combo. So this part, it seems to be stable out a little bit for the rest of the players, but Neo and
Kiwi with
Kiwi are
consecutive
gonna
misses though,
back-to-back
and
break,
South Korea.
and that lead is switched.
Kiwi finding quite a lot of drops in that Cord Streamy section, giving South Korea the lead. But there's still quarter of the chart remaining, so anything could still happen from this point.
Yeah, the miss did shift the lead over to Korea.
Oh,
but
YZ!
Right now, YZ with another break is going to send that right back, and it was on a rather tame section in comparison to the rest of the map. And now
Kiwi finding it.
He's going to hand one back, but I don't know. That score is very close in the middle. Trade misses
Kiwi
from YZ and Kiwi once again, but it seems to hit Korea a little bit harder. Malaysia is still holding on. Dresser, what is he doing? He's holding 3,000 combo towards the end. Will he beat the saving grace?
Neo as well.
2,000 combo. This is a rather even match.
Definitely, and Malaysia getting away with their first point. A few shaky moments here and there, but
ultimately Malaysia with the first pick, they picked well. They definitely went with what's comfortable for them, and yeah, it paid off. So point 1 goes to Malaysia.
Well, it's a pretty decent. It's a dream start for Malaysia here, getting the first point. But this time around, it will be South Korea. The ball will be in South Korea's court. We'll have to see what their first pick is going to be, which I'm pretty sure. Unlike some of the matches we had last weekend, this will be more of a Rice versus and dichotomous match, as we have seen throughout the entire World Cup. South Korea presumably will be the ones handling most of the Rice picks. Malaysia going for most of the LNs and probably the hybrids as well.
Yeah, definitely. Something that I noticed in LN4 just now, like the first of Malaysia's misses came when there were Rice bursts in the map. So yeah, I would definitely think that if it's like pure LN, Malaysia will have a really good chance. But oh wow, South Korea going for Minerva. Okay.
Yeah, you would expect this pick to go later, but you did mention just a tad bit earlier, like Malaysia having problems with these bursty rice charts. Like some rice bursts really like managing to hit, but if they manage to go through that unscathed, like they should be fine. But this chart, however, it's burst after burst after burst after burst, and you have like these. Like,
it's just so.
Yeah, it's wacky.
Yeah, wacky is pretty much an understatement. Another wacky thing is I think this is the lowest star rating in the rice category, 6.9.
Yeah,
I think everything else was like higher than 7.
Yeah, and also just to mention, OD 6.9, HP 6.9, a very nice chart indeed.
Nice.
Well, anyways, here we go. Second pick, South Korea, bidding to tie this up very early on. I mean, as we might be seeing some of that. Basically, both of these teams going toe to toe, and here we go. Neo finding a very early act drop, and we'll have to see how South Korea will be faring here, because I presume this might be one of Dresser's favorite picks in this pool.
Even if it is his favorite, he's still not immune to finding breaks, and this burst right here, it is like combo break heaven for everyone, or combo break hell, depending on how you see it. Because like nobody is going to maintain a decent combo in this.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing lots of misses left, right, and center. Neo and Kiwi finding a few drops, especially Neo getting a few consecutive ones. YZ manages to trade one, but Resurf with a pretty sizable combo relative to how difficult the start is.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even expecting anybody to hit like 4-digit combos, but Dresser actually managed to get up to 1,000 before finally finding the break. But no one else manages to come close. Like I think YG managed to get about like 700 or something, but yeah, it's just shut down instantly. There is no space in this map for you to be able to like gather yourself and like bring that combo up. See, Chiwi just dropped at 600, but we are past the first half now, and I think the first half is the most difficult part.
But then, physically, yeah, it does appear that the first half is difficult, but then the second half just hits you like a truck with like all of those super long, basically long jacks. And this is the part where I think I mentioned in the map pool showcase where it sounds like the music was made before the chart instead of the chart
Yeah.
before the music.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Here we go. Dresser finding a combo break with that sizable combo as well. And as you see, South Korea really pulling ahead.
But Chiwi is trying to do their best here. Is he going to do break 1,000 combo? He does.
And he does.
And there
Unfortunately,
it goes.
dropping it.
It is not. Yeah, with the lead that South Korea has amassed, like they are pretty much safe right now. Only a quarter of the map, but it is still a lot of difficulty to be had. There are no more easy parts here. There is no more easy map.
Yeah, and I'm just asked at all, like how do you even play this in general?
I mean, you just hit the notes. Like it's not rocket science. You see notes falling, you hit the key that corresponds to the column, and there you go.
Yeah,
I don't know why is it so hard for everyone.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to come back from that. Oh my gosh! But anyway, South Korea getting their first point.
Right, yeah, it is their own pick, so obviously they are going to try to exploit Malaysia's weakness as much as they can, and arguably Rise 5 was the best pick to do it. But with that right now, once again, the ball is passed back over to Malaysia for them to make a shot, for them to make the choice. Probably gonna hit South Korea with another long note because this is what Malaysia does.
Yeah, and I mean similar to what we saw last weekend when South Korea got defeated by the Philippines. I think like we might be seeing more of these point trades really, and if it goes a distance, it will be just a matter of who gets the break point first. But anyways, we have Malaysia picking LN3 here, which is Hamstrings Ataraxia, one of the OSU originals especially composed for this OSU Mania 7K World Cup.
Yep, going into Ataraxia, the straightforward LN density map. So right now Malaysia is just going to be hoping for probably some random breaks from Korea because this is pretty straightforward, but the density still does leave a lot of room for chokes to happen.
Well, you did mention chokes might happen. I mean, you have to note this is a 2-minute pick, one of the shorter picks in this pool, so not really much room to recover in case something happens. South Korea with the early lead with these initial LN patterns, but Malaysia should be able to pick up some of that slack immediately once the chart picks up, as we're seeing right now.
But yeah, okay, going into these somewhat chord-ish long notes. So there is also actually a little bit of coordination or finger independence here. You have to be careful not to release or press the wrong notes. See, Dresser already taking the first break. 1,000 notes in.
So finding yet another one once, like when we enter more of these chord streamy full LN streams really, and Neo, Kiwi, and YZ not really phased by those shield transitions, and here we go, more of these really double stare full LN inverse. Dresser finding one of yet another drop, and that should give Malaysia a bit more of a room, a bit more of a breathing room with this lead, which is actually pretty sizable already.
Yeah, so far only Dressel has been finding the breaks. Everyone else is still maintaining. Even their accuracies are rather similar to each other. Right now, the difference is only Dresser who can't seem to really get a good grip on the difficulty of the map. Ellen might not be one of his strong suits, but for sure he can still play.
I mean, considering that accuracy really, YZ unfortunately finding a drop, so it's only the Malaysians with the only full combos left in this lobby. And we're not even at the main dense part of this start as well, so that should give Malaysia a bit more of that breathing room really.
Oh
Just need to
wow!
hold
Okay,
on.
both Malaysian players hit that 3-note jack, and yeah, they transitioned really nicely into the final section right here.
Oh, Neo just choking at the end,
Neo
but
does
Malaysia.
not keep that full combo, but Kiwi does manage that.
It was just a LN break as well. Malaysia comfortably
Yeah.
getting their second point.
So again, Malaysia picks up their own point, and once more, right now, South Korea will be, I assume, for a lot of the matches where there is a clear, distinct preference of styles, like South Korea is going to pick the top half of the map pool, and Malaysia is going to pick the bottom half.
Here we go. YZ, I think, is mentioning Rice 1, which is a primary speed pick here. I was about to mention South Korea picking this immediately, considering that they went for Minerva first. Like, really, both of these teams going for the sure points, essentially.
Yeah, and with Rice One, I would say also South Korea might be the favorite to win this one, or this map.
Yeah, this song title we won't attempt to say because I think only Jinjin could pull this off on stream.
Oh, Schwerkraft.
Ooh, okay,
Probably.
thank you. Probably. Anyways, here we go. We're about to start the fourth map in this match. South Korea trying to bid to tie this up and make this into a virtual best of 9. Again, the winner of this match will be facing the Philippines later tonight. Like, directly after this match. So, if anything, you don't really want to show too much, but you need to give it your all because this is practically a do or die match.
Alright, and as we said, the primary speed pick with this map with the BPM of 999. No, you did not read that wrong. No, I did not say that wrong. This is 999 BPM. And that's not all. At some parts, it does cap out at 1,248 BPM.
Yeah, it's kind of slow. It's kind of slow. And Neo kind of finding so a few of these early drops really, and like these patterns, they look super straightforward, but these are not easy to hit at all.
Yeah, these one like if I remember correctly, it's like it does look like bracket streams, but they are actually just like single note streams or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't want to mention one of these players right now because it would be nice to see an FC in this chart. But like considering the accuracy lead Team South Korea has over Malaysia, and obviously the combo advantage as well, especially with Neo finding a few sizable drops earlier, South Korea is comfortably in this lead as we're about to enter the final third of this chart where everything picks up just a tad bit more.
Yeah, as if the intro wasn't hard enough. We're not done with you yet. And we see Chibi already at 2,000 combo. Look at him, he's going for the full combo right here. This stream right here. He hit that perfectly.
Everyone hit it.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, everyone hit it because that pattern you can sort of like manip that a bit. But yeah, it is still really insane to see.
YZ and Kiwi, the only sizable combos left. I don't want to mention both of these two.
Kiwi has the full combo. Will he be able to keep that? The ending right here. There's a lot of streams happening. He's manipulating the heck out of it. Neo finds the miss. Will he keep it? Will Kiwi keep it?
He does.
And he
He
does.
does.
For the record, curses do not exist.
Yeah. But even with Kiwi's full combo, though, South Korea gets this point by merit, by basically merit of like just being this consistent.
Shout out to YZ's ratio. There's a 666 regular 300s.
Anyways, now again the ball. Carry on.
It's nice to see.
Also, dresser for the experiment 626 with that 300 count as well. Those who know who knows what that refers to.
Stitch.
Yup. Anyway, speaking of that blue little thing, it is the team in blue that is going to be picking this time around Team Malaysia, which I would presume should be picking any of these remaining LN picks.
Will we be seeing VTuber pick, or will we be getting Rickroll? Or maybe they'll just go with a hybrid, because why not?
It's an option. But then, like, if you go for the hybrid, so like, there's a lot of risky stuff in there. Beyond the Axis is like, from what I remember from the showcase. Of course, we're gonna get Rickrolled. But anyways, as what I was about to say earlier, Beyond the Axis would be like super tricky as pretty much in general for all of these players. Same for the other two hybrid picks, but this time around though, Malaysia going for the LN release pick. And it's a very good song as well.
Sang by the man himself, Camellia. We couldn't get Rick Astley to actually sing Never Gonna Give You Up. We don't get a remaster of the original, but we do have a Camellia remix.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Yeah, here we go with this pick.
Let's go.
Well, even though with a very very good song, you could feel the tension here. Even with this low, even while everyone is still loading in.
So with Long Note 1, this is going to be a little bit more focused on the release aspect. But seeing as this is already grand finals, we can't really just like have it pure release. You gotta throw in a bit of everything as well.
Anyways, Neo, Dresser, and YZ finding some of these early drops. I think we'll be expecting Kiwi to pretty much, just go through this start very well. Hopefully we're not raising a flag or something.
Nah, curses don't exist. If he misses, it's because he chose to.
Yeah. Here we go. First chorus. Everyone going through this very well. Everyone maintaining their pretty sizable combos already. Malaysia, though, with a very slight lead, just to mention. South Korea is holding up very well, so any mistakes here from any of these two Malaysian players, Dresser and Chibi finding a trade though, and
both of the high combos for the respective teams are going to be taking the drop. But okay, now YC is going to be finding the break, and now once again Dresser and Neo trading. Chibi is going to be building back up to 1,000 combo, and that is going to be huge for Malaysia. That is going to help tremendously.
Indeed, but like the lead, Neo. Kiwi unfortunately finding a drop, Dresser trading one of those, but South Korea will be picking up the lead from this for the meantime. You don't really want to commit any more of these mistakes if you're Team Malaysia.
So halfway through right now, accuracies from both teams are also pretty similar. Neo going to be the lowest and actually followed by Kiwi. So the combo breaks are not helping at all, and now this little bit of a break section right here, just to gather their bearings a little bit. YZ is going to be holding once again really decent combo. Chiwi finds the break, and here a build up. Will we see any more breaks coming in? Oh, everybody hit that 7-key jack, but there's
Yes, sir, unfortunately.
right after that.
YZ and Neo, pretty much the only sizable never mind
And
for
there we
YZ,
go.
Neo, the only sizable combo left in Malaysian side, and Malaysia gets the lead. Obvious, with already Bresser and YZ resetting their combos, Malaysia needs to hold on to these notes, literally and figuratively, because the lead is still pretty small considering considering how everyone here is super consistent.
Oh,
That's
Chiwi
a
and
Chiwi
Bresser
finding a
already
trade.
trading. I think it's too little too late, and there it is. Malaysia will be taking up their 3rd point against South Korea. Once again, we are not going to see any break points because these teams have been picking what they are most comfortable with respectively. And once again, right now, South Korea will have the choice to go for probably another rice map because that is what they do.
Well, what rice picks are left? Malaysia did ban the core jack pick, so we have the 2 chord stream picks and the 2 mixed rice picks, the short one and the long one.
All right, course 3 might be a little bit of a risk because especially with like the light court stream, light but faster. I think that was rice 3.
Yeah, it's rice tree for all.
Yeah,
For all the
Rice
marbles.
Rice 3 is probably going to be the easiest rice pick. So if Malaysia is going to take a breakpoint, it is probably going to be on rice 3. Anything else might be a little bit more difficult.
Team South Korea is probably opting to do their tactical timeout right now. We're just waiting for confirmation from the referee. Well, it's a pretty nice time though to just. Oh, never mind. They
Oh, they're not-
are
they're
going
not
for Rice
going
7.
So they are going to opt for the long mixed rice pick.
Oh, they're opting to do it right now. Just get the pick in and go for the timeout.
Yeah, so they make their selection of rice 7 and they use their timeout right now. What do you do in the timeout?
Well, like essentially, in a match that has been pretty even, this is usually when you either like maybe have someone like get a practice run in, or like try to just keep track of what's left in the pool and do the strategy. Let's make sure that everything is in order. Maybe if there's a plan that needs to be changed, because like at this point, like if this continues on, you will really need to rely on one of these teams getting on your team getting the break point, that very vital break point, just to get that advantage immediately.
Okay, understandable. But although it does confuse me a bit, right? Why South Korea they did the pick and then use their timeout for this pick? Don't they already get 2 minutes?
Yeah, and then another 2 minutes will be added on,
okay,
as far as I know.
Alright, yeah, okay, they add on after that. And meanwhile, Malaysia is going to be using South Korea's timeout to presumably go practice the map a little bit more. I assume that's what the Malaysian team is doing, considering both of them are not in the room anymore.
Maybe just fixing a few issues, like let's say maybe a keyboard, or maybe some keyboard checks or something like that. I mean, like this is let's talk about the pick for a second. Like this is the longer mixed rice pick, and like this will be the easier of the 2 mixed rice picks as well. So it might be that Malaysia is also just keeping note of what's in here.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Like maybe just go into the editor, maybe try and practice some parts that they're not comfortable on. Just trying to make the best use of this downtime as they can.
Dresser, intriguingly, is the only one opting to stay in the lobby. maybe just chilling out to this music, which I presume is playing right now. Maybe also something to maybe just a moment to remind the audience as well, like to stay hydrated because we have quite a long night ahead of us.
Hmm. Like as we have mentioned before, immediately after this match, at 30 minutes from now, actually, if they do finish on time, will be Philippines against the winner of this match. So they are not going to be able to get much of a break after this match happens.
Yeah, like it's kind of intriguing. Like, I'm pretty sure this is what I've noticed really from top level mania players. Like even just taking a drink of water basically wastes like 30 minutes of warm up.
Yes, okay, yeah, you bring up a really good point. Maybe Malaysia is just trying to stay warm. And maybe same with YZ, but I don't know. YZ was the one that called the timeout, so maybe he has something else to. Maybe he has some other issues to attend to.
Probably that, or maybe just a bathroom break. Really, like who knows? Like
it could be that. It could be that.
I mean, the players know how to handle themselves, pretty sure. Anyways, it seems that everyone is back.
Yep, both teams, both the players are in the lobby, and once again, we are not going to be seeing any roster swaps up until now. Pick number 6, Neo and Chiri taking on Dresser and YZ on Ultra Blazers. The long mixed rice pick.
And with a very nice drain time as well of 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah, I think this is one of the longest picks in the pool as well.
Aside from tiebreaker, of course, we always have to get that in.
Anyways, if there's anything though, again, I did mention this a bit earlier, but for anyone else who missed like some of the commentary during the break, this is essentially the easier of the two mixed rice picks that we'll be having, and considering that its length as well, you kind of have to get that accuracy in as much as you could. YZ Dresser and Neo finding a few drops here, but you see the accuracy advantage immediately South Korea has.
Yeah, Neo not really known for his stellar rice accuracy, and he's much more a long note player. See, actually in the intro here, even Neo is already starting to crumble under the pressure, already finding himself under 99%. While everyone else is just gonna be, chilling up at the high 99, mid 99s. And Dresser at 99.7, the only one who at this moment is at 990k pace, but as the map goes on, I highly doubt that will be the case anymore.
Kiwi, just to mention, is the only full combo left in this lobby, just to get that out of the way.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, you did mention that Neo isn't really known to like at least as being like a rice player, pretty much. Even though they're maintaining a very decent run, like I'm pretty sure like the dynamic here is pretty much like just try to survive the rice picks.
Yes, couldn't have said it better myself. Well, Chiri, he's also very much known for insane LM plays, but even on rice, he can hold his own. Even his accuracy is very much comparable to other top players. Even if he's only known for really good LN, but his rice also pretty good.
Yeah, we're seeing it right now. Kiwi practically going toe to toe with Dresser already in the accuracy department, but it's really the difference between Neo and YZ making the score gap appear pretty large. Here we go. The patterns are starting to pick up a bit more with this speed. Really, Neo finding it under the drop. YZ and Dresser pretty comfortable with this. Kiwi as well.
Yeah, in fact, Kiwi is the only one at 990k pace right now. If anybody is going to be getting 990k, it might be him. Dresser is also rather close behind, but that one miss is not going to help. So far, only one miss coming out after that from Dresser, but Neo once again is going to be trading that back.
But again, the consistency between in these Korean players really showing the difference. Neo basically at 98.6. like it basically nullifies Kiwi's advantage here in terms of act, but obviously there were a few drops as well, as we've seen basically throughout the entire chart as it stands. Now we enter the final quarter after this just a very short break section.
Yeah, they do get a little bit of a break section, but this is just a precursor to the hell that is about to befall them.
You gotta brace yourselves, everyone, because there's a lot of rice that's about to fall.
And right now, Korea will be entering the final quarter of the map with about a 20,000 point lead.
Dresser finding a drop going into this ending chord stream, but again, Kiwi though unfortunately
out that
dropping
full
the combo.
and Neo following suit rather quick after that. While Jessup and YZ are both going to be holding above that 400 combo cap, while Chibi finally, he just manages to get himself back up there. Neo as well, and now Jessup and YZ are going to be trading, but is there enough time? There should be. If there are more breaks coming out from South Korea, Malaysia still do have the chance, but I highly doubt that's going to happen though.
Ooh, Dresser finding yet another drop. We do note here, even though Neo and Chibi finding a few drops really, and these ending bracket streams, South
only
Korea
YZ,
really pulling
only YZ manages to hold on to that. What is this?
Yeah, it's YZ with a very
Alright.
sharp drop, but it won't matter. It won't matter
Alright,
though.
the ending spike finally took down his combo, but it does not matter. That is enough for South Korea to once again pick up their own point, bringing it to 3-3.
Something to note, however, like that ending chord stream really, like the part where it's super rolly, we did see Neo hold on to that combo very well. So if Malaysia is taking note of anything, Rice 3 might be a point of contention here. As you did mention earlier.
Yeah, with the patterning being rather light, but it's just faster with the speed that both of the teams possess. Like it really could go either way. But right now, the pick number 7, Malaysia has exhausted all of the long note picks, going with Digital Life Hacker as their final long note pick, because that is all that is left.
Well, now similar to earlier, which was the longest Rice pick, this is the longest LN pick. And the pattern here is considerably easier, like just a tad bit lighter really compared to the shorter picks, which are a bit more brutal, but it doesn't mean that this isn't brutal though. The song sounds cute, but the chart isn't.
Yeah, we're at grand finals. Every single map already looks like just a flurry of nonsense.
Neo finding an early drop also for Kiwi as well. South Korea is surprisingly holding on to this very well. A very different dynamic as we saw from earlier.
They are Dress-Up and YZ both on full combos.
Yeah, this isn't the same as we saw earlier, but Malaysia, as they continue to build up their combos, we do see some of that advantage go down, and it's a pretty lengthy chart, so there's still room for Malaysia to catch up pretty much.
Yeah, they just have to hold on. There is still a definite chance for Malaysia to come back from this.
Also just to note that there are some LN arts in this chart, but I think we missed a few of them already, unfortunately. Ooh, South Korea actually pulling just a tad bit ahead now. They have overall the better accuracies, really.
But Neo is going to be taking massive hits, but so does YZ, also taking a drop. And then once again, Neo and YZ once again going to be trading TV and Dresser these solo high combos for their own teams respectively. But if it keeps on continuing to be trades, it is going to benefit South Korea a lot more. Oh, we just saw some LN art 1, 2, 3.
Not much really going into not really much going into Dresser and what and Kiwi's plays here. Like just to note, like Kiwi's act is pretty nutty. YZ as well. Dresser finally dropping their combo. Unfortunately, Neo
But now
trading
Kiwi
one
is
Kiwi as well.
also Kiwi also gonna be trading that. And
Not
right now,
something Malaysia wants. YZ and Neo finding yet another trade.
it's hitting Malaysia a lot more. Neo unable to maintain any sort of combo. That one section just really messed him up.
As it stands, South Korea is on the verge on getting that break point that they really need to get that advantage pretty much with the remaining picks in the pool.
Final quarter here. YZ finding the break.
Three hearts, four hearts.
Kiwi got himself a broken heart. Everyone else is to hold that.
Good one.
I've just been sitting on that. Yeah, from the week I saw the showcase, I saw the heart and like, okay, if anyone breaks there, they're getting broken heart.
But anyways, Dresser, what is that combo?
That is about 3,000, and that is going to go all the way to the end because he is not going to miss.
Good one.
Oh, sorry, I meant Kiwi was not going to miss, but unfortunately that does not matter. It is a break point in favor of South Korea this time, taking on the LN point against the LN team.
Well, South Korea finally getting that break point, and it's going into their pick as well. A very vital stage in this match now.
Yeah, and now with South Korea having the power of choice, they are 1 point up. They have the opportunity to bring it up to give themselves a buffer of one extra point. They can bring it to 5-3, but with this there is still 2 court stream picks and 1 mixed rice pick. So maybe they might go for rice 6. Let's try to squeeze as much as they can before they inevitably have to go into the court streams, which Malaysia could stand a chance if they are consistent on it.
Just a matter of whether Malaysia is also willing to take the risk later on their own pick, maybe. Because the hybrids as well, like, it's not as open as what would everyone think, I would presume. Especially considering what we saw on the recent pick just now.
Yeah, we do see that South Korea can also take a point off of Malaysia on long notes. So yeah, hybrids will also pose a little bit of a risk because they do contain both very rice focused and very LN heavy sections, which both teams do have an equal opportunity of choking on. But
wait, South Korea opting on for Love and Justice.
Alright, going into the dense court stream pick. So yeah, Malaysia with court streams, it's a consistency battle. So I think combo breaks this time will mean a lot more. Because like with both teams, their skill levels, I think they could potentially come close to a full combo. We might see one of the higher team scores for Rice 2.
Well, like if I remember this chart correctly, like a pretty decent amount of this chart is basically just heavy chords on like essentially one half timing. So there is some room to gain act here, but then once the chord streams pick up, it just goes.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so starting off, we once again going to be seeing the same lineup once again. No swaps out for any team whatsoever. $200 BPM chord streams. I think we might be seeing some. As I said previously, I think this is going to be one of the higher team scores compared to some of the other picks that we've already seen.
Well, if that happens, though, this pick like despite how it looks, like this part looks, once essentially like the second half of this song hits, like even here, YZ and Neo finding a trade in this bracket stream, Dresser and Kiwi holding on very well to their combos.
And so right now the difference is going to be purely on accuracy right now, with Neo just getting back up to 99% and YZ, although both him and Neo taking the drop, but
Oh, Dresser finding 2 consecutive drops.
okay, so this already looks good for Malaysia. Chibi just has to hold combo for a while longer. But
Well, never mind though. So
and
that gives
means
South
shoots right
Korea.
back to South Korea. But no, Neo is the one with the higher combo, basically almost matching with YZ, but that accuracy is not doing him favors, and that miss as well is going to reset that, and another one.
Like, we're going to see pretty much these kinds of super tense chord streams for the rest of this chart, so the stamina factor here will also be coming in. YZ finding a drop, Dresser and Kiwi, the only sizable combos. And here we go, final stream.
Chibi has really insane accuracy right here, but oh well, that is no more.
Unfortunate.
He was
But then
already
here
on
goes
99.7.
Dresser.
Final stream is coming up.
Dresser really looking to
just with chords. Yeah.
destroy.
Ooh.
Looking to destroy
YZ.
this final section.
YZ took a little bit of a column lock, but it's not going to be enough. I think I think Team Malaysia just found a little bit too many breaks, and unfortunately for Malaysia, South Korea, they pick a point on their own pick. Malaysia do not get to force a break point.
Now, if you're Team Malaysia, what do you pick this time around? You exhausted all of the LN picks. Rise 3, though it might be close, it's too risky.
Yeah,
The
Rise 3,
hybrids.
they're probably just gonna let Korea pick that. Hybrids is most likely the way to go.
But you have to note, it isn't as open as what other people might think.
Yeah, but it is the lesser of two evils. Because with
Yeah, but-
Rise 3, I wouldn't say that they're any sort of confident on it. It's just that if they get the full combo, they get the full combo, but it's not something that they will actively go for. They're most likely going to try and hope that South Korea breaks on something that is a little bit more unorthodox, something that is not really in their comfort zone per se.
That is correct indeed. I mean, if you don't take any risks, if you don't take any risks, you won't really get the rewards.
Yeah.
Here we go. Team Malaysia immediately going. I think this is hybrid 1 if I remember my titles, the song titles correctly.
Hybrid 1 optimal solution, that is.
And I think Malaysia is hoping that this is indeed the optimal solution to their problem right now. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
but actually looking at the notes, Hybrid 1 seems to be a little bit more Rise focused. But so far,
Well,
not really
I mean-
seeing that.
I mean, to be fair, like most of these hybrids, really, they do still work as an LN pick if you're that kind of team. But like these patterns, like Malaysia just needs to hold on to these. Unfortunately,
Malaysia
Neo
does
finding
not
an early
hold
drop.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only drop. While Korea is still holding that double FC, and Chiri at 99.74, just 0.01% under YZ, but that is swapped right now. And right now, this is going into a pretty dense LN section right here. Supposedly Malaysia's bread and butter, but unfortunately, or fortunately, South Korea are going to be finding double breaks. But for Malaysia, unfortunately, right now, both Neo and Chiwi have lost out their combo, so it's pretty much a combo reset for both teams.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard transition as well, going off the dense LNs and you just go for like essentially what is essentially a delay stream. Like it's,
Yeah.
I'm pretty like the way it just looks, it doesn't look fun. Like I'm pretty sure like once you're on the keyboard already, it's not exactly the most fun to transition from basically holding on to needing to be super light on your fingers yet again. And South Korea really looking to pull ahead.
So far, they're doing that. A little bit of rice burst over here. Oh, both teams transitioning beautifully into that, but Gasserv is going to be taking a little bit of a combo break, but so does Neo, and now the rest of the lobby has found breaks of their own. As it is right now, trading misses is not going to do Malaysia any favors. They need to hold on, but unfortunately, I don't think this is something that they can come back from. That lead is almost at 50,000 points. There is not much map to go. It's going to need Malaysia is going to need a heck of a meltdown coming out from South Korea. But this is South Korea. I don't think they're interested in doing that at all.
And there you go. South Korea, 1 point away from booking a ticket to the grand finals.
Yeah, Malaysia unfortunately losing out another breakpoint to South Korea, giving the Koreans right now, putting them on match point. And what rice pick will it be? Will it be the light but fast court stream or the shorter mixed rice pick? Do we see rice tree?
Part of me would
or
think
rice
that they'll be going for what? Maybe rice sticks? Because like, I'm pretty rice tree might look just a tad bit risky.
Yeah,
Really depends.
For Korea, rice tree would be the higher risk compared to rice 6.
Oh, they're going for hybrid 3 instead. Oh wait, no, wait. We got debated.
No, Neo just asked me for that.
We got debated. Okay. Thank you so much, Leo. Oh,
Never mind. It
Of
is
course
hybrid
they-
3. Let's go.
hybrid 3. Okay. So is that a reverse debate? What?
Sure. But I'm not sure. Not sure if Chiwi is liking that pick. He's actually asking for South Korea to go back to rice 6. Well, are we getting reverse debated?
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know how to call this anymore. I think Kiwi was. I think this is just Kiwi like maybe trying to put like saying what he was expecting. This is kind of left field though, out of left field for South Korea. But in a way, this does make sense. This is a super fast pick. It's essentially like what a mini tiebreaker of some sorts already. Like
Also, 11.28 stars.
yeah, like you really just want to take advantage of physicality. Take advantage of physicality really. That you just know that South Korea has.
Yeah, Malaysia gotta hope for South Korea to take a couple of random breaks here and there, and as usual, Malaysia they are going to hope that they can hold on to their combo as best they can. While Chile
Leo?
does hold on, everyone else does not.
Dresser and YZ.
Ooh,
Dresser
yeah,
and
Dresser
YZ
and
finding
YZ.
some consecutive drops, yeah.
Consecutive drops on that like one hand shield. But that was only a couple of breaks. That's probably going to be the last we're seeing of that pattern that took down their combos. But now, in the right section, Kiwi is going to be finding a break, and that lead right now going over to Korea. And Neo
Struggling now with these delay streams.
delay streams, something that Korea is very fluent in. Although YT does pick up a break, it does not matter. Dresser has the good combo to back that up. Well, overall, Malaysia TV is also doing the best that they can, while unfortunately Neo also finding a lot of breaks on the right section.
Dresser like arguably one of the best Rice players in this entire roster, really showing that pedigree.
Okay, the song might tone down and the pattern might look simple, but it is not. It is not.
Yeah, it's essentially like basically a shield LN. Like it's so hard to hit. Neo finding a drop on that transition essentially, and Dresser still holding on to that very sizable combo, and looking to possibly recover to 99% AC as well.
It's going to be a really tough to come back from though. Malaysia, I think they're about 20,000 points down, and they have only about 2/3 of the map left to hopefully salvage a point back.
But there's still half the chart remaining, but they need to start. They need to start now.
Taking a break
everyone hitting.
Oh, but yeah, okay.
Everyone hit the spacebar mini jack. Yeah.
Oh, the speedy, dense, the really dense, very physical part is coming up. Neo and YC both taking breaks. Chewy and Dresser still holding on. What is Dresser doing? He's not allowed to hold that.
And Chewy as well.
Yeah,
everyone hitting the long jack. Ooh.
Oh, long jack here on the column 1 to 7, but seems only YC had a little bit of trouble with it. But right now, less than a quarter of the map to go, and the lead has only grown 40,000 points.
Oh, Dresser unfortunately finding a drop.
Finally loses out his really big combo.
But is it enough though? Kiwi and Neo really oh no, Kiwi!
It's not enough. Neo and Chiwi right now crumbling under the pressure. YZ and Dresser managing to hold where Malaysia could not. And even though right now Korea does find out more breaks, unfortunately the damage just already been done. Malaysia will be ending this tournament, their 7K MWC run, finishing in 3rd place.
And South Korea booking a ticket to the grand finals, which will be happening in a few minutes from now. Congratulations, South Korea, for securing at least 2nd place. Well, what a run it has been for Malaysia. 2 podiums in a row in the 7K World Cup. Very respectable for a team that has this amount of pedigree. But now, we have essentially confirmed a rematch of the 2019 Oceania 7K World Cup Finals.
Yep, South Korea will be taking on Philippines, and that match will be happening 2.5 minutes from now. And with that, we also have a pair of new commentators coming to take our place.
Yeah, and let me introduce you guys to the 2 commentators who will be commentating the grand finals match. We have Potassium F and Mifa. Again, this is Sergio85 and Crayolian in the commentary booth for possibly the last time this World Cup, stepping out and saying our farewells.